Hey guys, welcome to day 71 of our stream. And happy anniversary to Space H. Want to put that out there. Forgot to say it yesterday. So, yes, got to put it out there. Had a good time watching the stream today. A lot of familiar faces. It was really good to see Adam again. He'd been in the game quite a while. Adam was one of the first developers of the game. He's a really nice guy. He's a really sound guy. I used to chat to him quite a bit in private message, in before and after the stream sometimes. So, yeah, really good guy. So, about today's stream. So, I did mention yesterday that we're going to be talking about cores in terms of a defense course. So, we covered walls on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday, I think. Yesterday, we covered outpost placement. And sort of outpost bots to a degree. And today, yeah, we're gonna concentrate on power cores and the sort of choices you can make and placement and why you should put certain cores in certain places, things like that. So, first off, we're going to say hi to a few people in the chat as always. Let's see who we've got in today. So, Destroyer, as always, we've got Big Prime Ting and Dakota, Ender, a lot of guys from the Discord server again. Mike Bergie, welcome to the stream. We've got Sharks here, who's one of our mods in the server. Who else have we got? We got Caleb, welcome. Grind Time, welcome, brother. Blur 27, Windblade as well, Blue Grimlock, one of our other mods, and Benikos, if I've got that correct. I hope. So welcome everyone to the stream. So first off, I was watching Hoy's stream yesterday, and he did a sort of a question of the day. And we was in the test server area today with all the other testers, and I was also talking about battle passes. So we have put a poll up on Discord server, but that's sort of question to discuss today. So what's your take on battle passes? There was some negative feedback for them. I personally like them. I think that the example that I use is that I used to play Clash Royale quite a bit. Since it brought out the Energy on Farming, I've played it a lot less. But I played that pretty much free to play. I didn't really play it that much, played it a few times a day. Totally free to play. But, well, I say play because the Battle Pass I bought every single month for £5 regardless. And it operates like a standard Battle Pass where free to play can get certain rewards, but if you pay just a small amount, you can get some amazing rewards, but you've got to put the effort in to get them. So, what's your think on battle passes? Are they good? Are they bad? If you're free to play, would it entice you to spend? Do you buy battle passes on other games, or are you just totally free to play? What would entice you to buy a battle pass? What kind of rewards would you like to see? So that's sort of a question we're sort of asking today about battle passes. So, we've got a few crystals to pop first. Nothing ridiculous, just a few freebies. But now that we can get 4 stars in freebies, they're a bit more exciting. Not much more, but a bit more. We've got 2,000 spark. And I might have some. Oh, no, we can't. Maybe. So, silver but the rewards are good. So, what would you like to see? But just remember that, let's be realistic. If you're going to say, I want a free 5-star every month, happen. So what would you make you sort of spend? Would it be 5-star shards? How many would you like to see? Would it just be 4-star shards? Would you like to see coins and fuel cells in there? But you got to remember that they're not going to give away everything in a battle pass for just £10. It's relevant. There's going to be tasks in there. You might have to do so many battles a day. But yeah, they're going to make you work for it. But yeah. Well, they have daily rewards and the free crystals. That's their argument. But my argument is the free crystals, you get a notification on your phone saying Free crystal. You log in, you claim your free crystal, and you just log out again. It doesn't entice people to play the game. Battle passes do. Battle passes entice people to play the game. And, like I said, I'm not an ambassador for Space Ape or anything like that, but the more money we can get going into this game, the longer it will last. That's just simple economics. And, I don't expect everyone to become a whale, but if everyone just spends like a little bit of £5, £10, that helps keep the revenue up for Space Ape and keep the game going. Brilliant. If it gets some people some extra rewards for that small amount, brilliant. 500 5-star shards a month, Big Prime Ting says. I think that's too much. That's pretty much 2, 3, 4 stars every single month. Don't forget there's going to be other things in the battle pass as well. So I think that's quite a lot. I don't think you'll see that. Prime Core shards. That's a good shout. Yeah. That's a good shout, actually. Yeah. I don't think they'll give G Metals or 2,500 every single month. But yeah, maybe 1,000 a month. That would be a bad idea. Yeah, good idea. I like that. Unique quest rewards. Yeah, well, you don't know. It might be. I don't know. I really don't know. Like I said, top of my head, it might be complete a battle with 2 gunners in it. It might be complete a battle without a healer in zone 10 and above, something like that. Oh, I'm sure they'll think of something. Prank wars. I'm not sure what prank wars are, but combat 5-star shards. Yeah, I don't think it's a question of could you have them in it. It's a question of how much. I think that's the big question in it. I think they've had 5-star combat shards and 5-star shards in there, then I think that'd entice people to spend a bit more, even the free-to-play players. Because the idea of the battle pass is to get everyone spending a small amount and getting some really good rewards. And then usually what happens, if you spend a bit, you might spend a bit more. But I never did on Clash Royale. I spent £5 every single month. Well, that's £5 a month that they wouldn't have got out of me normally. And to be honest with you, I'll tell you what happened. I was playing Transformers Earth Wars. I got a bit bored with HQ16, so I used to log in, do a couple of battles, log out again. Log in, do war, log out again. Because it obviously cooldowns. And I said this to Space Ape. This is why I think the Energy on Farmer was brought in. Because after that, there's not much to do. You kind of just waiting for cooldowns. So it's quite boring. So I went and played Clash Royale, Clash of Clans. And then I stopped playing the game altogether. But when I heard about the Battle Pass, I went and bought it. I had a go of it and really enjoyed it. And I completed the Battle Pass every single month. Now, I went from not playing the game at all, maybe logging in 2 times a week, to then logging in every single day. Not as much as I would Earth Wars, but it became like my second game to play. So it got me more active in the game and got me more interested. And like I said, only Z Energy on Farming has took me away from that. So it gets people more active in the game, which is always a good thing. Always. Gozo, the topic for today is talking about battle passes and whether you'd like to see one in the game, what rewards you'd like to see, things like that. And I said we are going to talk about some power cores and and different power cores on different things. Get crystals from past events to drop bots or cons from an event. Possibly, but again, it's gonna be like prems, things like that. It might be a few character crystals. You don't know, like I said, but you can only expect so much for like £5 or £10 a month. But like I said, if you can get some small rewards, whatever, for £5, £10 a month, then I'm all for it personally. I think we're really good. We had a few free-to-play guys or some guys in the server, and I get it, saying that we get ripped off with crystals, and they are quite poor value. I understand that, but this is a way of adding more value to the game by getting something for just a small amount, rather than have to spend a lot more, maybe. But the question is, will it stop the mid-range spenders spending as much? Will they stop spending? Will it make free-to-play players spend or not? That's the big question that Space Ape needs to decide. That's the big one to think of. Sharks is put. I'd like to see a battle pass. Angry Transformers. Angry Bird Transformers has one. Yeah, I believe so. Don't really play that anymore. I used to play it though. One free to play and one with decent rewards and a £20 battle bundle. So it's the battle pass is $20 in Angry Birds. See, $20 I think is quite pricey. I think personally $10 is about the right mark where you don't mind spending $10. God has asked, do I think they would ever do a subscription package? I don't think they would. I did ask them today, asked someone about adverts in game, why do they not? And I was under the presumption that, it was a easy win for them to get some extra revenue. But apparently not. Apparently a bit more complicated than that. So yeah, they decided not to. Couple more hellos as well. I've joined a bit late. So we've got Stuck in Beta. Welcome back. And Ninja Squirrel too. Yeah, Ninja Squirrel's fair comment. Yeah. It's like a dealer. Get them hooked and then come back for more. Yeah, that's pretty much it. To be fair, once you get that bit of the bug, then yes, people might spend, people might not. Like I said, personally, I didn't on Clash Royale, but they still got £5 a month out of it every single month for about 6 to 9 months. Even though I rarely played the game as much because it was good value. It really was. Yeah, it's hard, Manny. I get that. It's hard not to spend, and I understand that. But just spend what's in your means. And the way I look at it is that I don't smoke, I don't really drink. So if I am going to spend a bit of money, then I'll spend a bit of money on this game. It's something I enjoy doing. Like I said, it's my pastime. So only ever spend what you can really afford, and what you think is relevant in the game. That's the best advice I can give. Just before as well we carry on, you can carry the conversation on in the chat, guys. I'll pick it up where I can. There's a good bundle out this weekend. Really good bundle. I always say to people, only pick the bundles where it's $1 per crystal, and it looks like it's going to be this weekend. And I can't rattle the bots off, but I'll find it on my phone if you give me a second. If you've got the right server. Yeah, so this weekend bundle, it has a mixed bundle of Star Saber or Depthosaurus, Rodimus Prime or Motormaster, Slash or Ripper Snapper, Blaster or Soundwave, and Sentius Magnus or Malus. That is one of the best bundles I have seen in a long, long time. Every single one of those bots are pretty much game-changing bots, at least in one respect. Star Saber, Steph is amazing. Runners Prime, a lot of the top guys are using Rodimus as a 5-star, but even a 4-star. My level 45 4-star comes out sometimes for rushes. So Runners Prime is a great bot for quick rushing bases. It really is. Slash, we all know Slash. We all know that it can slash bases. Great for power leveling as well. I take it all the time. I don't really use in wars that much anymore now with shield gens and flare mines and bots that can target her, but for power leveling, she is amazing. If you can get Megatronus on her and get within range of HQ, then yeah, HQ is going down really easily. Obviously, Blaster and Soundwave are amazing bots, and Sentis Magnus and Malus. There's not a bad bot in that bundle. If you've not got any of them, then I'd definitely buy that bundle. I would go for it, honestly. If you've got a few of them, then yeah, maybe not. I have got them all, sadly. And I'll put it this way: out of them 5 bots, I have got 4 of them at level 59 and above. To give you an idea, the only bot I haven't got that high is Rodimus because I didn't use it until recently. So yeah, out of them bots, I've got 4 of them at 59. So 4 of them are really worthwhile investment, and 4 of them out of 5. In fact, all 5 are used now. I'm still using wars now, and I still see at top levels. But don't buy bundles unless it is honestly $1 per crystal. That's the best advice I can give you. For example, there it's $2 per crystal. Yeah, you get Combiner Spark and Energy on. Also, if you want to upgrade your combiners, that is a great bundle for upgrading combiners. You get loads of Combiner Spark. You get Combiner Spark in the crystals. But if you're after new bots, they're not the best. There is rumors that I've heard in chats that they get the best drop rates. I don't believe it really. I've not really seen it firsthand, so I can't really comment. I think they got the same as every other character crystal, to be fair. But yeah, it's $2 per crystal. You're getting half the crystals and half the chance. So just keep that in mind that the $1 per crystal bundles are the best value and not prems, because prems have got half the odds of character crystals. So make sure, guys, make sure. Honestly, best way to spend money: cells and $1 crystal bundles. That is it. That's all I ever buy. Nothing else. So, dead quick as well. I want to talk about last night. So we finished the stream, and I went to watch Engineer Hoist stream. With everything that went on, it was a long day, and I just crashed out, to be fair, and I forgot totally about the trivia until someone posted in Discord that there was no trivia. I was like, oh my god, I forgot the trivia. So what we're going to do today, guys, in the Discord server, we're going to do two. We're going to give two away this month. This stream, and yeah. So today we're going to pick two winners just to make up for yesterday. Yeah, Sharksy. We're going to do two winners. So the usual thing we do, if you're not in the Discord server or you're new to it, is something that happened in the stream, something you may have seen in the stream. I will do a question on it in Discord server soon afterwards, and then it's multiple choice. And then the ones that got it correct, I will do a random number generator and pick someone random to win. Simple as that, and you will get a code, and it can have anything between 1 to 5,000 prem shards. I think it's up to 10,000 spark, and between 5 to 25 battle boosts. So it could be anything to them. So yeah, you could get 5 battle boosts. You could get 1,000 prem shards. Not the best rewards. You could get 25 battle boosts, which is pretty good for top level wars. Mark 3 might add as well. And you might get 5,000 prem shards. It's all a chance. So yeah, it's really good now, the fact that the on the stream, you don't have to have Transformers knowledge or a lot of game knowledge to know these answers. All you got to do is watch my stream and pay attention. Simple as that. Easy. No, not Titan Beam Sharks. Titan Beams are not included, sadly. But yeah, I'm not sure what Mark 3s. To be honest with you, I just got told what's in them. I've not seen anything yet. I've seen 1,000 Prem Shards, I've seen 2,000 Prem Shards. They're the first two that are given out. So we're yet to see. But we've not had a winner of a 4-star in quite a while. A few 3-stars. But I think Sharks, you were the last 4-star winner. And someone else won just before that, actually. And I thought these prems are pretty good. I've had 2 people get a 4-star within about a month or 3 weeks. And now, for about 4 or 5 weeks now, we've not had anyone get a 4-star. So we are due, hopefully. We are due someone getting a 4-star. But yeah, if you're not in the Discord server yet, then make sure you're joining. And I've mentioned to everyone to subscribe, and I've had a great response. And we're just 28 subs short of that 1,500 mark. Just 28 short. So if you're not subscribed already, guys, make sure you subscribe. I want to hit that 1,500 subscribers button before I finish these lockdown streams. I want to get to 100 lockdown streams. We're almost there. I want to get to 500 people in the Discord server. That's my aim over just the next month. We're aiming big. That's just the next month. For the rest of the year, we'll see how it goes, but that's the aim for this month. So just 28 subs, just 200 more members in Discord server, and just 28 days of streams left as well. Okay, so on to what we were supposed to talk about, less waffling, so to speak. So, talking power core. So, generally, there's certain defenses where there are amazing cores for them. So, a prime example of this is missile launchers. Pretty much every person in the game has guided missile cores, because guided missile cores, will pull them up just so everyone can see. They do a huge amount of damage. And I've got the wrong one, that's why I can't find them. They do a huge amount of damage rather than the normal attack that missile launchers do. So you see there that they do 77% of the damage, but they do it to one bot and they don't miss. Whereas the other launchers, without a core on, they can miss the bots. So guided missiles are the best core for launchers. Everyone has them in the game. It's pretty much standard that you can attack a base without even looking, and they've pretty much got that on. And usually, anything other than this is detrimental. You want guided missiles, but with the new effect in Prime League, people are now second guessing and decided to put different ones on. I personally got armor on. You can put armor on or attack on because they're doing a huge amount of damage extra. It's like a glass gas effect coming from launchers. So people are second guessing that. Another sort of must-have core really is beam lasers and Cybertron charge. So Cybertron charge does an incredible amount of damage, crazy amount of range, and it really is super powerful on beam lasers. And it really is. Beam lasers were dangerous before, but they are super dangerous now. They really are. Slowdown photon, sorry, is okay. It slows bots down, but you can't beat Cybertron charge. You really can't. It's pretty much what everyone goes for. It really is. And yeah, those two cores are pretty much standard. If you've got one of those, put it on. You'll never regret it. You'll see 99% of the top guys in the game will put them on, other than the current Prime League effects. So the next big one really is shock towers. This is the big decision. It really is a big decision. So the two cores you've got obviously are your EMP shock and thunder towers or thunderstorm. So here's where it gets interesting. Thunderstorm does an incredible amount of damage and incredible range. Really incredible. But if someone has Perceptor, it can be devastating against your base. I've got a level 45 ability 7 Perceptor. If your Perceptor is ability 7, doesn't matter what level it is, and you can hack one of those shock towers twice, it will pretty much take out a HQ 17 if the shock tower's HQ 17 as well at that level. If the shock tower's HQ 16 level, then it'll take out HQ 16 defenses. And the better core you got on it, the more devastating it is. So I was in a war the other day and someone had a G metal thunderstorm and it just wiped out the base easy in 2 goes. So really dangerous against any sort of hack bot. Yeah, Grand Galvatron's put Cosmos. Yeah, Cosmos 2. I find that Perceptor is a bit better than Cosmos, to be fair. Cosmos is not used as much in top level wars, but you know what? What works for you, works for you. But that's a big decision you're going to make there. If they've got Perceptor, you're going to really come unstuck. If they haven't got Perceptor, then yeah, it's going to be devastating. It really is. So you can use Permaquem Zeeks as well to hack them as well. So it can be detrimental. Some people being a bit clever and put them out in the middle of nowhere, really, with just some storages, alloy storage, and energy storage around them, which makes it just a bit slower to get to them. And they really are devastating. Just be careful where you place them, and just keep in mind they can be hacked. But yeah, both good cores. I've had both on at some. Well, I prefer EMP shock. I get thunderstorm, but it is a risk. But yeah, both really good cores. Like I said, I'm not going to fuse my thunderstorm. Definitely not, because it can be really useful. So yeah. Yeah, Cosmos is a mind wipe, just for reference. Yeah. So, stasis mines. Well, there's only 3. Flare mines. If you're going to use flare mines, put them next to the HQ for slash. That's pretty much it. That's what they're designed for. Other than that, don't bother with them. Glass gas mines are amazing. And if you're not going to use glass gas, then use stun. So I would put stun at places where you think people are going to prime rush, because it can really, really break a sort of prime rush in placing the right place. Put next to defenses where you think prime's going to rush to. Put on places where they think the bots are going to walk. It can cause a lot of problems. Glass gas mines, you're best putting in a place where there's a funnel. So it all depends on, like I said, what you want to do, really. But I'd stay away from flare mines unless you're going to put it next to HQ to stop your base getting slashed. Pretty much it, really. Okay, headquarters cores. Pretty easy. You got adaptive shielding, you got point defense, Omniflamer. So plain and simple, Omniflavor flavor. Omniflamer is AoE, does AoE damage. Point defense does damage to one bot, and adaptive shielding just gives your HQ a better protection. And that's simply down to preference. Do you want to hit one bot only? Do you want to hit multiple bots for a bit less damage? Or do you want to protect your HQ? There's no right or wrong answer, really, to be fair. It's all down to preference there. And I can't really advise you either way. It's just simply down to preference, really. All three good cores and all work quite well. So laser turrets. I'm currently talking to Spacey about buffing these air cores. I think it's a bit of a mistake really because what it did to Jets was he improved Jets' health, so improved Jets. Then they brought out Flak, which improved Jets. Then they nerfed air cores, which indirectly improved Jets. So Jets have had three improvements within the space of a month, and now they're so overpowered. It's ridiculous that you can have a low-level squad taking out max bases. And I've always said, and I always will, that the key to this game is variety and having options to defend against everything. No attack should be able to beat every base in the game. No attack should. And so, yeah, I think they need to buff air cores. So don't fuse your air cores yet. It might not happen, but that's what I've said. I believe needs to happen. But right now, just stick with laser ricochet. Obviously, does damage to the first bot and then bounces and does even more damage. So it increases damage of the turret. But yeah, keep your air cores in in supply just in case. Don't fuse them yet, and concentrate on laser ricochet for now. Air mines, Kev Phillips has suggested. But where would you put them though? You put them on the floor, though, wouldn't you? So yeah, and even then, you could have air mines that stun in midair. Can be quite difficult, I think, no. But if you're stunned in midair, they still take out the point. It wouldn't make a difference, really. You need something that's going to cause them damage in midair. That's the problem with jets. Is that there's nothing that can combat them. Nothing can take them down. No one uses air cores because they're rubbish. So you can, yeah, pretty much guaranteed, really. Okay. Next one, mortars. Now this is probably more difficult than people think. So I go for armor myself, which is just a general core for any defense you want. So the incendiary are pretty good actually, and so are target protocol. But the problem with these is that if you have one-shot bots, you know, getting them to take out mortars is quite easy. It's around level 56, 57, 58 for HQ 16, even towards max bases. But once you put an armor core on, it really pushes that extra 10% and pushes people to level them bots even more. Some people will level them just to take out these defenses with these on. So personally, I like a lot of armor cores on my mortars to make them harder to take out. You can't put armor on launchers and beams. They're just too good to have Cybertron charge and guided missiles. So the key defenses that everyone takes out are beams, launchers, and mortars. So putting mortars with armor cores just stops people from one-shotting them and just makes it a bit more awkward and maybe ruins the attack. And that's the general idea. But because they are so good, armor cores on mortars, that's where these are good cores, but just don't do what they should do, really. So I don't know what the suggestion is. I don't know what they're going to do. Target protocol does increase range, but still it leaves it very easy to one shot. So not a big fan of them. I'm a big fan of the cores, but not at what the negative effect towards it in terms of not having the HP to protect against one shots. Auto cannons. So explosive shells are really good. They really are. But personally, I like self repair cores, which we're going to talk about in depth in a moment. because that's really technical, believe it or not, more than you may think. But again, explosive shells are good, but I just think that armor cores and self repair cores are that good that you can't not put them on personal preference. But yeah, still good cores to use once leveled, and could do a lot of damage. Really can. So that's pretty much covered all the cores that are dedicated to certain defenses. So on to universal cores. So attack cores are pretty much standard, really. You can put that on anything. It's not a bad choice, but remember that if you put attack core on the likes of missile launchers or beam lasers or mortars, anything like that, it makes them easy to one shot. So that's why personally I prefer armor core. And you can see they've got a lot of armor cores leveled up. Got them on every single one of my mortars, on my missile launchers, laser turrets. So yeah. And next, we've got self repair cores. So we'll talk about them again in a minute. But I use a lot of self repair cores, especially with the meta. And is that everything? I think that's it. Just a three. Yeah. I thought it was more than that for some reason, but yeah, just a three. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to my base. I'm going to see why they're so useful. So a lot of people do an attack where they will saber sacrifice. So they'll send Star Saber in, they'll attack a base, they'll hit a certain point in the base, do a lot of damage, and then drop Combiner, soak up the abilities, pull your bots away, and then they will finish the attack off and finish the defenses quite easily. But with self-repair, so let's just call it, for argument's sake, we'll pick one down here. Let's call it 2% for argument's sake per second. So if you hit that with Star and then you drop your Combiner, and let's just, for argument's sake again, let's just say the Combiner doesn't hit that defense. Let's say it's superior and they can't stretch. That defense is getting 2% every second. So over 10 seconds, it's 20% health back. You're not going to take it out with Star Saber. You can't take cannons out of a decent level with one hit. So if they've got 6,100 health, Star Saber will do about 2,500. So to get 2,500 health back, you're talking 2% health a second. You're talking 20%, 10 seconds, 40% over 20 seconds. So yeah, if you can keep your Combiner out and have them defenses having no damage for 20 seconds, they will pretty much come back to full life after being hit by a Star Saber. So just keep that in mind, that if you're hitting self-repair cores, once you drop your Combiner, by the time that Combiner is dead, that defense will pretty much be back to full health again. And it can really knock up attacks where people think that they don't check the cores properly, and they think that, oh, I can hit that defense there, and I can finish it off later. And then what they realise is that the plan doesn't work anymore because those defenses are healed. Once you add a Billbot onto that as well, like I said, these Billbots have a use in Prime League, and they give 10% health every 5 seconds. Well, then in 10 seconds, they're back to full health. Star Saber's really struggling against these top bases. So self-repair cores can have a lot better use than you may think. And don't forget, as bots are attacking them, they will still self-repair, so it takes them longer to get through. So it's pretty much like having an armor core. It really is. Self-repair cores are hugely underrated, especially on the likes of cannons. Again, I wouldn't really put them on mortars. Maybe you could at some point, because if you're going to one-shot with Prowl and you've got his G1 core, but you're taking that chance again. His G1 core does damage and then burns, same as Sunstreakers. So if they've got a self-repair core on that, it's self-repair, but it just makes them so easy to one-shot mortars. So I wouldn't put self-repair on the likes of mortars. I wouldn't put self-repair on the likes of missile launchers and beam lasers. Stick to Cybertron charge on beam lasers, without a doubt. Guided missiles, unless you're battling in Prime League currently, then I'd go for attack or armor. And I'd stick on armor on mortars. And the rest then is pretty much up to preference, really. And yeah, and that's where base design comes into play. So what we'll also talk about as well, we'll talk about cores in the outposts. So not what's good for attacking bases, but what's good on defense in terms of power cores and prime cores. Where we going? Hang on a minute. Just try again. So same again, attack cores and armor cores for bots, things like that. They do a standard job pretty much, regardless. Doesn't matter what bot it is. If you put armor core, it gets more health. Pretty much standard, really. So we won't really cover them. It's pretty obvious what a attack core will do. It's pretty obvious what a armor core will do. So we'll start on prime core in defense. So Alpha Trion is no use in defense. So again, think about what bots you put in your outpost and what bots you're equipping them on when you're attacking. And I wouldn't have them on a bot where you're attacking and then using an outpost bot. Outpost. I wouldn't use Alpha Trion for that. My Cronus still works in an outpost, but I wouldn't change it specifically from your war team. It's more useful on your war team because if someone pops that one outpost, then my Cronus won't heal the rest of the bots. But it's vital on a attack. So your war team is a priority. If you can couple the two, brilliant. But I wouldn't take it off your war team to put on a bot. For argument's sake, say you don't use Star Saber in your war team, but you've got Star Saber in an outpost. I wouldn't put my Cronus on Star Saber if you're not going to use them in your war team. Keep it on a war team bot, definitely. If you could put it both, brilliant. Amalgamus is pretty much made for Cheetor, Snarl, so I'd leave it on them regardless, especially in an outpost. Then yeah, brilliant because they heal. But yeah, Sim again, whatever. Megatronus, great for damage wise. So yeah, great for the likes of Slash if you use Slash in an outpost. Great on any sort of melee bot. Nexus Prime is an interesting one because Nexus Prime still makes your combiner do damage. So it sort of cancels out their Nexus Prime. It still activates in Outpost. People don't realize that. So it can be really good at Nexus Prime when you're in Outposts. Liege Maximo is decent for Outposts, really good, but personally not a big fan of it in general. I don't like the cut. I'm trying it on Star Saber. I used to like have Megatronus on him, but Megatronus I like it on Slash, and I'll try something a bit different for Star Saber. And yeah, I'm putting Liege Maximo on, and yeah, it can be devastating and used the right way. But again, you've got to really make sure you're popping multiple outposts at the same time. Quintus is not amazing in outposts. It will bring a few sharks out as you if you can destroy outpost bots. But yeah, sometimes you might not even kill any bots, and then the Quintus is wasted. So not the best core to put in. Vector can be a real pain in the backside, real pain in the ass, as you Americans would say. And yeah, Vector's a really good core for outposts because obviously when you think you killed a bot, comes back to life again with that extra HP. Just lasts a bit longer. But again, I wouldn't take it off a bot if he's on your war team and you use it. I use it on Goldfire, and I wouldn't take it off him to put on Rook, although putting it on Rook would be devastating. But it's made for Goldfire. It's made for likes of Star Saber, sort of suicide bots. So we're not suicide anymore. And yeah, I would really Vector's good, but I would not take off your war team again. Primer, brilliant core for Outpost, just as it is on attack, does extra damage to bots. And I'll guarantee you, if I really struggle against Outpost bots combiners, it's because the combiners leveled up, the Outpost leveled up, and they've got Primer, and they've got healing cores, which just takes so long to take out. You can put tractability down for like 18 seconds, it will finish, and the combiner and the outpost bots are still there, still active and fighting. And that's when you know you're fighting some high level bots there. When 20 seconds later, you're still fighting the same bots. And Primer is really devastating in an outpost. So consider which bot you've got it on carefully. Really good for wars and really good in outposts as well, just to do extra damage. Alchemist, yeah, does work in outpost. Not really that more beneficial because they don't exactly do a lot of damage in outpost, so to speak. You got to remember when they first use their ability, they've already got full health, so they don't get any health back really from using that ability. They only get health back then from their basic attacks. So you've got some massive sort of high DPS bots, then yeah, but let's be honest, the high DPS bots tend to be Cheetor, who's made from Amalgamus, Slash, who's made from Megatronus. So then you're looking at maybe the likes of Sentius, but is it really worth Alchemist at that point? Like I said, for him to do damage, it doesn't have incredible damage. His ability does, but he doesn't as a bot. So you sort of run out of bots then to put Alchemist on. Solars can be really good. It's just simply extra DPS. So yeah, it's not a decent. It's not a bad choice. It's not a great choice, but yeah, it's still decent. It works. Onyx can be really powerful when in outposts because it reduces the damage taken again. And I'm a big fan personally of just slowing bots down. Slowing bots down means defenses are hitting them for longer and doing more damage. That's my sort of style of attack. I don't go for attack minded high DPS bots. I go for slow down, high health tactics. That's just my sort of preference. So before we move on, I've got any more questions in the chat. I know I've waffled on for quite a while there. There's a lot to go through. So have a quick look. I'm just having a scan. You got any questions about Prime Course? Throw them in the chat now. I'll see what I can do. I know there's a few people talking about raids. I'm not a big fan of raids at all. But see, Grant Galvatron doesn't like Nexus. But honestly, in top level wars, Nexus is vital. It really is. Doing that extra damage to top level defense. I've said for a long time that the difference between where would we go? Cavernous Wars, maybe. The difference between Cavernous Wars and Prime League Wars is levels of bots, levels of combiners, and base design. That is it. If you can get your outpost leveled up, get your bots leveled up, and have a good base design, you will stop 90% of people in Cavernous. You'll stop 90% of people in Cybertron League. Honestly, that's all it's about. And having Nexus where you can do that extra damage to bots and to combiners is honestly really vital in top level wars. It really is. Anything else? Yeah, honestly, folks, honestly, don't diss Nexus too much. I'll be honest with you, I used to until now, and now I go into some wars and straight away I think, oh no, I forgot Nexus. It's on Elita. She's not there. Oh no, I'm struggling. And straight away I'm worried. Honestly, it's that good a core against combiners, honestly. Yeah, Onyx on Saber is really good. I'm not a fan of Onyx core attacking wise. It's a lot better on defense than it is on attack. I just don't like the fact that until you get to 40%, it has zero effect. So if you go through a battle and that bot never goes below 40%, you've had zero use out of it. You've basically had no core on him. So just keep that in mind. Sandstorm equals non-tank Star Saber. I wouldn't get that far. Sandstorm's more of a support bot than a damage bot. His healing's double of what his damage is. So you can double his healing up to 6k at level 58 or 59 of a 5-star. But his damage only is 3k. It's always half what his healing is. So it doesn't do a lot of damage, but does a hell of a lot of healing. Chris Taylor, better late than never, but welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, folks, I had Solus on lockdown as well. I enjoy just spamming lasers. It's really fun. Anything else? I think we're up to speed, I think. Cool. Going garbage transport. So who do you think he is? That was mentioned in the stream. What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Glengarry? I don't know what you mean by that. Who do you think he is that was mentioned in the stream? You've lost me there. A good prime call for Springer. Probably rejuvenate, maybe. Generally, yeah, I'd go do back doors. Yeah. Grind Time's put the top 5 bundles for next week. Top 5 bundle? You mean top 5 specials? I'm sure it's on. I'll double check on. Yeah. Oh no, there's both. There's both bundles at the weekend. Grind Time. There's an anniversary bundle and oh no, I stand corrected. Yeah, sorry, it's the midweek bundle that's got the top 5 specials. So yeah, that's gonna be really good. This weekend we've got premium crystals, premium combat chips, power core chips, and celebration canisters. It's okay. It's not bad, but I'm sure it's gonna be highly priced. I'm sure they'll charge $20 for 10 prems and 10 combat chips with a few power core chips. But power cores obviously drop bronze even. So yep, celebration canisters and mostly spark. So maybe not the best. I'm not a big fan of premium crystals. I'm not a fan of premium combat crystals either. So yeah, maybe not the best weekend in terms of bundles. Vamp Hound and his Soundwave are not the best bots either. So personally, I would concentrate on buying sell bundles this weekend if you are going to spend on leveling bots. And if you're not, I would save your money for that midweek bundle. I really would. That midweek bundle is really, really good. Really good. Okay, so we've got a lot of cores to go through. We're talking strictly defense. So what we'll do is we won't have time to go through all these cores today. So what I'll do, I'll talk about G1 cores today, and then tomorrow we'll go through the rest of the cores on defense. And then yeah, all weekend. If you've got any questions about attack cores, we can in terms of in troop composition and using cores for that, we can go through that as well. Like I said, a bit short on time. Not that I've got to shoot off anywhere, but yeah, we'll have a look at G1 cores. We'll see what time we're on. We'll see. So, not all G1 cores are really good, and not even on defense. So, you never want a healer in Outpost. So, we can write off healing cores straight away. Nor's G1 core is really good, just increases attack. So, yeah, it works in Outpost as well. Skyburst ability, G1 core, sorry, it was okay on attack, but it's really actually good on defense because obviously when they pop, they use their special ability, so it increases that damage and also stuns as well. So if you are gonna have Skyburst in an outpost, I wouldn't maybe recommend it, but if you put the likes of Primer on her and you put oh you can't sorry Primer or her G1 ability, both will work really well in an outpost, but on attack I'd probably stick with Primer, to be fair. I wouldn't put Primer in an outpost for one shot. His G1 core doesn't help him at all. Hounds doesn't really help. It puts a decoy out there, but it has 30% of his health. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, 30% of his health, but his health is already super low, Hounds anyway. So there's no real point in that. Sunstreakers does a Kremzik, but again, I won't have Sunstreaker in an outpost anyway because you can't guarantee where his attack goes. Swoop is devastating in an outpost, and having his G1 core on does extra damage is again devastating. So yeah, if you've got Swoop with a G1 core, you can maybe probably think about putting Swoop in an outpost because it's really good. Jazz is just increases damage pretty much. So yeah, standard. If you're gonna put Jazz in an outpost. Now Blaster's G1 core is really interesting because it adds a stun effect for say 5 to 8 seconds, I think it is, when the minions hit 0 health. But don't forget, you got 4 minions. So it's 4 times 5 seconds stun. So it doesn't stack on top of each other. So you're not going to stack all the bots for 20 seconds, but you can stack one or two or three for 5 seconds at a time. So yeah, if you're looking at trying to slow people down, then Blaster's G1 cores are really, really good. They really are. I actually like G1 Ironhide's core on attack. On defense, not so much. It taunts all the bots towards him, so it can be okay. But I've found that it only taunts bots that are really close. And yeah, Ironhide's not the best in Outpost anyway. Hotspots is amazing, especially on defense, reflecting all that damage back. Crazy. Honestly, it is ridiculous with a G1 core. So yeah, if you've got a hotspot in an outpost, 100% put a G1 core on him. 100%. Silver Ball is amazing in terms of if you were going to put him in an outpost, but again, really lacks health. I think the times of putting gunners in outposts over than maybe 6 gun when his bug gets fixed, pretty much gone, to be fair. And Jets, the same as. But in terms of power levels, though, Silver Ball is a pain and Thundercracker, absolute pain. So, not awful in Outpost, awful in Wars, good against power levelers. G1 core is really good on defense, not so good on attack. But yeah, it's not a bad choice putting in Outpost, but not the best choice. But it can be useful and can be a real pain, really can. Obviously, we don't put healers in outposts. Grimlocks is decent. It's a decent core and defense. But again, I won't put Grimlock in an outpost personally. And I think that's pretty much it, really. In terms of G1 cores, there's not a lot of bots that can have G1 cores that I'd personally put in. I'd put in an outpost. We'll try and go through these cores quickly now. Don't forget, guys, we're only talking really defense, so to speak. So just talking in terms of your outposts. So you don't want Wallbuster, plain and simple. It's an absolute useless core on defense. Sludge is useless on defense anyway. But yeah, I'd maybe look at Wallbuster, put it on Grimlock or Drift on attack. But yeah, don't have Wallbuster on defense, guys. It's a waste. Attack cores are standard. Health cores standard. But don't forget, over a battle, rejuvenate is massively better than a vitality. Got the name then. But on an outpost bot, vitality is better because the outpost bots don't live for as long. So vitality will give them a lot bigger boost because rejuvenate gives them 2% health back every 5 seconds. So to get 10%, they have to be 25 seconds for alive, whereas Vitality will straight away give them 10% from the start, guaranteed. So if you know your bots are going to last for 25 seconds, which is unlikely unless they're really maxed out, then yeah, maybe Rejuvenate on defense, but if not, Vitality. When you're attacking, the other way around, because bots are alive for so long, then Rejuvenate is better than Vitality. Not a lot of people realize that. Tactician, definitely not on an outpost bot, and definitely wouldn't use it full stop apart from Tactician Russia. And other than that, I would fuse it. Warrior Cores, Death Pulse on attack is absolutely awful. It's woeful, probably the worst core in the game. But on defense, it can be pretty devastating. It can really slow people down. Once you get to about 8 seconds per death pulse, 7.5 seconds of that max, I think it is. You know, you're talking a lot of seconds there, adding in the likes of Blaster's EMP, adding the likes of minions in there to slow them down, adding in death pulse. It can be really devastating and really time consuming. Air cores, yeah, I wouldn't put any jets or gunners on defense. So yeah, I'm not really going to bother covering them. Same for healers. Bot specific cores, a lot of them are trash. Elite one core is decent. It's pretty much like a Onyx, so to speak. So yeah, it is good. But other than that, a lot of them are awful. And then obviously we've got squad cores, which are good, especially on outpost bots. If you've got all special bots in those outposts, and you've got special commands, special flak jacket, and etc., all the special squad cores, then yeah, it can be pretty devastating adding them in. But again, sometimes there is some better cores. Don't forget with these squad cores, you're only going to get benefit for 4 bots. There's only 4 you can put in outposts, whereas on attack, you've got 8 bots, so you get more benefit on attack than you would defense. That was actually pretty quick, really, covering them cores as well. What is the best prime core? Personally, Alpha Trion, because no matter what level you are, you can't be getting extra ability points. And then my Cronus, because no matter what level you are, you can't beat extra healing. Everyone wants extra healing. Everyone wants more ability points, no matter how you attack. Any more questions in the chat? So we can touch upon the test server as well. Can't show you anything before anyone asks, but we can sort of touch upon the progress. So I learned something today that some people I might say that people are like, well, that's pretty obvious, really. But yeah, we'll talk to Fabian, and what I didn't realize that combat bots only affect a bot's basic attack. None of the combat bots affect abilities, which is a bit disappointing, really, because he had some grand ideas. Because one of the ideas that I put forward was having a combat bot that extends the range of attacks. So the likes of, Prowl will be able to one shot from further. So the more in line with jets. I'm not saying give them the range of jets, but give them extended range by putting a combat bot on them. So he's going to look into it, maybe see if that's a possibility. But he can't promise anything because most combat bots at the minute are either obviously minions or they're based upon the bot's DPS. So whenever we're talking about combat bots and the bots that are coming out, and you're speculating, just keep in mind that it's going to be either a minion or it's going to be just added sort of something to their basic attack. But a couple of ideas that I put forward. One was extended range, and one was just having a sort of a combat bot that would, especially works if it's a car or a vehicle, would follow that bot round, a bit like Solus, doing extra damage around. And then when the bot died, it transformed like Lionizer. So kind of like Lionizer, but instead of being held by the bot, it was a bit like Solus. So sort of driving around, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I think that Space are a bit reluctant to add more minions into the map. I know that on some devices they're really struggling. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But that's a couple of ideas that we put forward. One of the changes that I put forward yesterday for this new bot, it just can't be done, sadly. I was pretty disappointed. I was pretty gutted, in fact. I thought it would have been amazing. I really did. But they are looking at a couple of options because what I realized was all the combat bots have two uses. So Fire Drive increases DPS, just damage against walls. Night Stalker has extra health and DPS, so he has both. Lionizer does extra DPS and then throws a minion down. Traxodon does extra damage and healing to the bot. Flak gives them a sort of AoE attack rather than the single attack, even on gunners, and increases DPS as well, and can also change jets into gunners. Have we missed anyone? I think that's everyone, isn't it? I think. So yeah, all the combat bots have two uses. But when this one came out, it had a really good use. But I was like, well, that's just one use. Most of the combat bots have two uses. This one's only got one use. So we are trying to think of something to add to the bot to give it a secondary use. We discussed a few things. I can't really go into that yet because I'm not sure which one will come through. But yeah, a few will come to fruition. Cat got Lionizer, so I didn't actually. Savage Carl has asked me, what am I hoping to get from the anniversary crystal? Well, I did talk about the playtesters hopefully working on Punch soon, so he could be really good. I mean, used Streetwise recently. He was quite annoying before that, and I've had a couple of reports back to me saying that Streetwise is really good. Now they've done a really good job, and that was nothing to do with me. I stayed well out of it because I've never really used Streetwise, so it's hard for me to comment on a bot and how it should be improved if I've never really used them. So yeah, the playtest did a really good job of sorting Streetwise out, and I believe that Punch should be next. So I wouldn't mind Punch. I wouldn't start leveling straight away. Put money into him until I know what he's gonna be like. But yeah, definitely Red Alert. Red Alert's part of the new meta. Is a really good bot, and yeah, stopping stun effects is huge. It really is. Blur, yeah, well, I'd agree before the buff, but a lot of people are saying now that his ability was always good, but he just ran off and died, and the bot was awful in terms of DPS and that. And they have given a buff a couple weeks ago, and I believe that he's a lot better now. So I'm told. I can't really comment. Chris Taylor just needs Streetwise complete defense, or really good combiner. Probably up there. Well, definitely up there with the best in the game. Is he the best? Maybe. Controversial. But yeah, arguments falling against. But yeah, really, really good. Really good bot. So yeah, I'd rather have the 5-star shards, but if not, well, it's these 3 or 4 bots. I think it's Sky Striker, Hound Vamp, Punch, and Red Alert that I can get. So I'll be opening that crystal probably tomorrow night. We'll be doing some leveling as well, power leveling. I'm not sure who yet to be decided. 6 guns going in the cooker tomorrow, without a doubt, ready for a couple weeks' time, the next Super XP event. And yeah, maybe I think Jetfire, and Prowl, maybe the 2 of them. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, definitely one-shot bots. That's definitely what needs to be done right now to improve my team. What else should we go through? Well, I'll look at war attack as well. This is just an example of how even even some bases that you can look at and think that looks a pretty good design. All basically have a sort of simple way around them and can be exploited, and it's just making sure that that isn't the case. So, like I said, I don't want to criticize someone's base too much on a stream, and yeah, it's not a bad base, but it's just finding ways around it. And then, you got to look at these replays, analyze your base, and think, yeah, I'm going to change that round a bit and make it a bit different. Personally, all I would do to this base is have better defenses up front, all the top defenses at the back, and I just think that a couple of hardcore defenses up front would really make this attack a lot harder. So all we're going to do section, the replay is 99% accurate. The only difference was I dropped my combiner a lot lower, which is a bit weird, and he runs out across the map. But yeah. So I think Detox is in the chat earlier, actually. So yeah, I do apologize, Detox, if you're there. I really do. It's not a bad design, but I'd personally just put something more other than turrets at the bottom. And I think that'll really cure this attack. So just clearing the bottom section. And once you've done this, dropping Prime here, the nearest defenses are these here. So it's an easy sort of rush. Yeah, he's a cool guy, Destroyer. He really is. I've seen him in chat a few times as well. So once you clear that section, just rushing up there, get all the bots up. Star Saber, Elite to the top to take over that whole top section there, do damage. Like I said, the combiner was dropped down here. I don't know why the combiner's gone up there. You'll see now that he walks across the entire map to go where I actually placed him in the first place. So we're dragging and combining the bots away. We're doing a bit of damage, but that's not the importance. The importance is just dragging the bots away. That's the big part of this attack. Not trying to do damage. If you do damage, great. No big deal. But don't worry if you don't destroy the outpost bots and you don't really do that much damage. It's not a big deal. Because once we've done all that damage to them, then all we've got to do is get them bots to the HQ as quick as possible. So you can see there, Night Stalker follows it. All the sharks can't follow it. We've got a huge amount of bots in there. And now I've put Cheetor on the shield gen. I've put Center HQ. I've hit the HQ with Prowl. Minions are all in there as well. HQ down. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, just a clear and rush. And you can see there, we talked yesterday about not having outposts that are not poppable, having enclosed walls on the inside, so the bots rush around it. So yeah, just an example of how you can manipulate a base, even a really top base and a really hard base with well-leveled defenses. You can manipulate just with the wrong defense being in the wrong place. That's all it needed. If you had a beam laser down below, yeah, it would take it away from the top. If you had a beam laser down below there, hitting those gunners, that attack would be a lot harder. I'd have to take a healer for a start, and then maybe you can even look, like I said, at putting target protocol cores in there then. So yeah. Reynolds asked to show Loki on my base 4 lineup. Loki? On defense, you mean? Loki? Where's Loki? Do you mean Logic? Oh, no, Loki there, yeah. Let's have a look then. Will do. I'm intrigued now. If you've said that, it either means that he's done a really cheap tactic or he's absolutely just smashed it. So I'm not even seeing this. Did I look at this base yesterday, I think? I think I did, actually. Detox, welcome, brother. Like I said, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to criticize your base in the stream. It's just pointing out to people that, just one sort of maybe misplaced defense can really make or break an attack. It's a huge, big deal. So clear. There's prime rush as well. Backdoor. Backdoor attack. I'm calling it already. People say that backdoors are you're not able to defend against them. I'm not too sure. One hit there. One hit the other side. Drop combiner. On this side, okay. Taking out the launcher. Just distracting outpost bots. No, so we'll take that out, yep. Yep, trying to take out the launchers and beams, reflecting. Boost. Then we drag the outpost bots away. I'm intrigued how he gets rid of these. He use a lead to again, or cup there, easy taking it out. Ah, flak on cup. I like it. So for those that do backdoor attacks, answer me this though. Would the placement of build bots change how you attack a backdoor attack? I think it. I think it would. I really do. I think it would make a huge difference. I do personally, but I'm no backdoor specialist, so Air Commanders asked, "What am I asking if I have Vector on 4 South Bravo?" I wouldn't put Vector on a gunner. To be fair, you're gonna get very little use out of it. Yeah, and I was talking about it with someone the other day about build bots, how they can have a massive impact on backdoor attacks, but not putting them in sections near HQ, putting them outside of that on defenses. And that was the idea behind it. But yeah, a couple people there that use Cup have said yes. So, like I said, I was a bit disappointed when backdoor attacks came back for this HQ. But then, as long as there's a way to defend against it, then I'm fine with that. If you can't defend against it, then I'll be pretty annoyed. You should, like I said, there should be no attack in this game, no matter what attack it is, whether it's a cleanup crew, whether it's a walk, whether it's a GTR or a backdoor. No attack should be set as 100% achievable against any base design, and that's my personal preference. Anytime, Ronald. Yeah, I don't mind. Want to show something on stream? I don't mind. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's going to be a good war, this one. I really do. I really struggled against. Well, I didn't struggle. To be perfectly honest with you. The kids were toy fighting with swords, and they hit my iPad out my hands. And by the time I picked up again, I'd used an ability in some random place, lost ability points, and just lost the plot. And I was pretty mad, as you can imagine. And then my second attack, I just raged it. I just pure raged it, and then failed again. So I took a breather, took 10 minutes, attacked it, beat it on hard, and I was like, well, I should have done that first time, really, but kids will be kids, sadly. It was quite annoying. And then base 4, I think the prime deployment, I applied him a bit too early, and he walked down, and then the prime rush failed. I'm not making excuses, this is honestly the truth. The prime rush failed twice. The bots sort of started to walk upwards and then walked down again to the outpost bots. Did it again, and they just went downwards. And then by the time then, I had no ability points left. So next time I did it, I made sure that defense was gone, and the prime rush worked. So the attack worked. So yeah. They're playing an iPad. I've just got the iPad today. I'm just in the middle of setting it up, to be fair, when I was starting the stream. And it's not set up yet. I've just downloaded Earth Wars and set it all up. So I've got YouTube to put on it. I've got my video maker to put on it and thumbnail makers and things like that. But hopefully, can have a bit of in-game volume starting tomorrow. So it's not just my voice waffling, but also a bit of in-game background music, hopefully, as well. There's a few things you can do on an iPad that you can't do on Android, to be fair. Right, and that's pretty much it for today's stream, guys. Honestly, I've done a lot, but I hope that there's been a lot of information there for everyone to sort of take on. I think it's been quite a good stream in terms of information, and I hope it helps you in terms of base design. I think we've covered most things now over the last few days, but if you've ever got any questions about base design, you're welcome to come in the Discord server and just tag me in the help section. We've got a help section for most things in there, and just tag me and go, what do you think of this? And yeah, I say to everyone to do that. And hopefully, that if you're in a Discord server and you do that, and I give you some advice, or someone does, then someone will look on that at some point and take that advice as well. It's all well and good. Maybe you private message me and I give that advice. But if we can get all this advice in that Discord server, it's going to be a massive source of information for people. And that's the aim behind it, really, to sort of educate people in the game, so to speak. And it makes my life easier because I'm not repeating myself hundreds of times. Honestly, if I had $10 for every time someone would ask me, what's the best core for this? Have you got a video for this bot? Can you give me some help on base design? Can you give me some help on making a squad? I would be a millionaire by now. Honestly, I would. I promise you. So the idea is to get it in that server, give some advice in there, and people can sort of take that on board and yeah, hopefully learn from it. Yeah. Well, yeah, Dakota, I've got both now. To be fair, I've just upgraded to an iPad as part of the contract. So yeah, maybe a zillionaire, Grand Galvatron. Maybe. Honestly. Yeah, I agree, Detox. Like I said, I'd war you guys 7 days of the week. I really would. I've always said I like close wars. Whether you win or lose, it has a bit of tension to it. Keeps everyone focused. And yeah, you don't want to get steamrolled by the top five. It's no fun. And it's no fun steamrolling people. So yeah, I'd war the likes of you guys 7 days a week. It's a good even match war. And yeah, we will see. We will see who the winner is by tomorrow. If we're still in Prime League in tomorrow's war, then you know we've won. If we're not, you know Detox has won. Simple as that. A lot of good guys in DJD as well, though. Yeah, a lot of good guys in there that I've known for quite a while since the game came about. So a few years knowing people. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching today. Like I said, been an informative stream, so to speak. So don't forget, we're going to be doing 2 giveaways on the Discord server, but I'm going to try and make it a bit of a hard one tonight and try and increase the odds, so to speak. People think if I do a hard question, it decreases the odds. It doesn't, because if it's an easy one, all 50 people will go in there and put the same answer. If it's a hard one, then what happens then is people put different answers. And then if you got the right answer, you got a better chance. Put the wrong answer, you got less chance. So yeah, don't forget, guys. It's gonna be a question in Discord tonight. 2 winners this time. Some Sunstreaker Wozza loot codes. All right, thanks everyone for watching. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you're subscribed. There's a few links in the chat for Discord server. Make sure you go and check it out, guys. Over 300 members now. It's going from strength to strength. And make sure you tune in for the weekend streams where I'll be doing some bot leveling, answering any more questions you've got, and hopefully we'll see you then. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone, and peace out.